Hi everyone, I was just trying to write an email to explain what happened with all the pictures that came in for the third year courses, and I realized it was going to be much better if I could show you things, and so I'm doing it by video. This doesn't mean it's all sorted, this just means that this is a very efficient way for me to communicate. So what I've got over on the left hand side here, these are all the courses we have at the moment, our third year courses. So we've got theoretical physics, we've got advanced theoretical physics, we've got a photonics course, the atomic physics course, the 3002, the Astro version, which is a GR course. We have an Astro Stars and Galaxies. We have a condensed matter course. We have physics of the Earth. We have nuclear physics. We have optical physics, and we have fluid physics. And we have research topics, obviously. We also have our honours courses. We have various elective honours courses, and the ones that are being sort of brought back into core, we have electromagnetic honours, we have quantum mechanics honours, and we have stat mech honours. Okay, so the current plan was that 3001 would be split up into core. So it would go into Quantum 2, into Classical Mechanics 1 back in second year, and into Electromag 2. And Electromag 2 here would also contain bits from electromagnetic honours and from the waves and optics that's come out of first year. And so it would have radiation and special relativity and Fourier optics. So it's kind of the radiation version of Electromag. The Quantum Mechanics 2 has the course from 3001, which is about half a course, and the Quantum Mechanics Honours. And so we've got all the Honours Quantum Mechanics done there. And the idea was that everyone wanted lots of stat mech, and so we didn't actually have a stat mech course in pieces to put into the core there, but we thought the stat mech honours, we might be able to fill it out with other pieces from things that we wanted to teach anyway. Our original thought was condensed matter, but the condensed matter group are very keen to only have a course on condensed matter rather than try and dilute that with StatMech because they figure their boat's very full, and that's fine. All right, so these courses in green here are our suggestions for third year courses. So we have a suggestion for a plasma and fluids course. We have another suggestion for a plasma and fluids course. Sorry about the pops there. The difference between these two, this one is based on the honours course material essentially, and this one is a collaboration between the physics of fluids and the course that was run as a 3-unit third year course. We have a physics of matter course. This is essentially a collaboration between the old nuclear physics course and the old atomic physics course. There's lots of similarities there. So both the combination of plasma and fluids makes so much sense because they're thematically linked through their tools so well. The same is true with atomic and nuclear physics. There's very, very similar kinds of quantum mechanics. You need to describe those things. If you could describe it and then apply it in multiple things, that sounds great. This course here, because it's combining two full third year courses, they were very keen to say we definitely need some space in the advanced lab to put some of the labs that came out of that into there. We have the condensed matter course we've already discussed, so that's currently exists in full. It's going to up the level because they're going to have stronger prerequisites, but other than that they don't need anything. We have the possibility of a fields course, which would be essentially quantum field theory and classical field theory. We have a suggestion of a general relativity course. This didn't seem very synthesized, but it had a very good looking general relativity roadmap, both just in the straight sort of fundamentals and applications as well. Collaboration with Astro. We didn't have any feedback from the Astro people regarding the stars and galaxies material. We haven't yet had feedback on optics, which has got to exist in some form, or the physics of the Earth, which I think should also probably exist in some form. And we also have a plasma and scattering, which is based largely on the scattering material and some good ideas for good synthesis stuff from James Sullivan and Cormac. We also have discussion of the minors, which don't affect the rest of our plans too heavily, but we need to get them sorted on the side. And we have some ideas for honours electives. So this is the honours section here. So if you remember, there's going to be a problems course, which is very much synthesis. There's going to be a thesis course, and then there's going to be some electives. And so we have a quantum science and technology suggestion, a nuclear honours, advanced condensed matter honours, and there will probably be quite a handful of others, and we'll have to figure out exactly how many pieces we have there and how we're going to arrange that. Now, many of these ideas look really good. We do need, ideally, to condense them a little bit. We need to get this feedback here. One of the things that we noticed when we looked at the list is that no one really had anything to say about the advanced computational physics course. So this was an idea we put up. We could have a course that was really focusing on the tips and tricks on how to do computational physics and then apply those in lots of different areas. That only really makes sense if we have some energy and good things to put in there. Very few people gave us anything for that, so that's looking like we're just probably, and none of this is set in stone, but we're probably just not going to do that. Okay? Whereas by contrast, the advanced lab course looks like it's going to be really good, and there's lots of great stuff to go in there. And by pulling a couple of things out of maybe these plasma courses and maybe some of the condensed matter and so forth into there, then we can allow those courses to have more content as well. So that's definitely going to go ahead, I'd say. Probably one of the more confusing things is this StatMech 2 course. So everybody agreed that the statistical mechanics was a really important thing that we should make more foundational in our degree. And in fact, the second year statistical mechanics is going to go up in level. It's going to have higher mathematical prerequisites, and we're also going to pull most of the material which is currently in StatMech Honours back into second year. And so everything we currently teach in StatMech will be absolutely reliable on by third year. And in fact, a key sort of insight that we had in looking at everyone's pitches is that no one was actually relying on any StatMech beyond that. And so we want people to be using it, we want people to be applying it and so forth. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of actual core StatMech to add to the list. So maybe, and this is just an idea, maybe we won't actually have that course in the core. If we don't have that course, it's not saying we won't have any StatMech. Of course, there should be StatMech throughout. Okay, we still want to definitely make sure that we're applying our StatMech throughout, but maybe we don't need to introduce extra new theoretical sort of concepts for the first time outside of the second year course. That's a possibility. Okay, and so we're going to come back to you. We're going to be looking at trying to maybe squeeze down these sort of things above that line seem kind of tight. This is a bit underspecified. We need to put work on that. The GR looks like a lovely GR course, but it doesn't look very synthesized, so we should talk about that. And that has to happen while looking at the other Astro course, and talking to those guys. We need to look at these kinds of offerings and see whether there's anything in there that we're going to have to turn into a course, or whether there's material that we can pull into other things and otherwise finish it off. And even if we do that, you can see if we still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say 7, 8, 9, 10, just loosely. If we had 10 courses, we're still very full. Okay, so we don't have a lot of extra room here in order to have a tight offering at third year, and so we're going to be nice and squeezed. I think that's good. That means we can really pull on the synthesis and be very efficient in the way we present stuff. And remembering what we get through at third year is not the end of the world. We still have honours and we still have actual research and so forth. So there's plenty of physics that people get to after they get a physics major in their undergrad before they've even done their honours, and we shouldn't stress out about that. All right, so that's the state of play. I'd welcome any comments. We can do comments by email, or we might end up having a meeting. Thanks, everyone.